Picture the start of a typical Tuesday for a business owner who's been at this for 2 or 3 years. Before 9 a.m., they've already answered 6 customer emails, rescheduled a meeting because they forgot to block time, checked the bank balance because invoices are overdue, and posted something on Instagram that they're not sure actually fits the brand. None of that was on their to-do list, but it ate into their time of actually running and growing the business. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. I'm Jeff Amon, CRO and co-founder of ClearDesk. We help small and mid-sized businesses build offshore teams that handle the operational weight that founders and leaders shouldn't be carrying. And today I want to walk you through 5 specific roles that scaling businesses offshore, not to replace their team, but to get their time back. Let's get into it. The first role is an administrative assistant. Research from McKinsey shows that managers spend up to 20% of their work week on administrative tasks. Calendar management, travel bookings, inbox cleanup, internal documentation. That's 1 full day every week. For a small or mid-sized business, that time loss compounds fast. Because it's not just the founder losing a day, it's the sales lead managing their own scheduling. Administrative overload spreads through an organization like attacks on everyone's most valuable hours. A skilled remote administrative assistant changes this immediately. They work inside your existing tools, Slack, Google Workspace, and they adapt to your workflows. Within a few weeks, they own the calendar. They're managing the inbox, preparing meeting notes, and booking travel. What you get back isn't just time. It's mental clarity. Leaders who aren't spending cognitive energy on logistics make better decisions. That's the real value of this role. The second role is a customer service coordinator. Here's a stat that should reframe how you think about this. 88% of customers say their experience with a company is as important as the product itself. That means every slow response, every missed email, those are not just service failures. They are competitive disadvantages. In a world where customers have more options than ever, inconsistent customer communication is a growth ceiling. For scaling businesses, this is one of the first things that breaks. Volume increases, and suddenly nobody owns it. Messages fall through the cracks. A dedicated remote customer service coordinator fixes this at the root. They work in your time zone. They learn your brand voice. They handle daily support tasks, end-to-end, email, chat, tickets. Your internal team stops context switching and stays focused on the work that moves the business forward. The third role is a bookkeeping assistant. 82% of small business failures are linked to mismanaged cash flow. Not bad products, not weak marketing. Cash flow, which is a financial visibility problem, not a business model problem. When you're running a growing company and the books are being handled in spare moments, you're operating with incomplete information. You're making pricing decisions and investment decisions without a clear picture of where the money actually is. That's an enormous amount of risk. A remote bookkeeping assistant trained in tools like QuickBooks and Xero gives you consistent financial oversight without the cost of a full-time in-house hire. They handle invoicing, reconciliations, and monthly reporting. The books are current. You can look at a cash flow statement and actually trust what it's telling you. This role isn't glamorous, but it might be the highest leverage hire on this list because clean financials are the foundation that every other business decision rests on. The fourth role is a marketing coordinator. Here's the honest challenge with marketing for a scaling business. The strategy isn't usually the problem. The problem is execution. Consistent daily execution across social media, email campaigns, content calendars takes time that nobody on a lean team has. So what happens? Marketing becomes the first thing that gets deprioritized when things get busy, which is exactly when you need it most. Forbes research shows that over 90% of businesses are reorganizing how they manage marketing to align it directly with the revenue cycle. Marketing isn't just awareness anymore. It's every touch point. Consistency determines whether they trust you enough to buy, refer, and stay. A remote marketing coordinator doesn't replace your creative strategy. They execute it. They schedule the posts. They manage the email campaigns. They coordinate the moving pieces so your brand is showing up consistently while your internal team focuses on the strategic and creative work that actually requires them. The fifth role is a recruiting assistant. The average time to fill for an open role in the US is over 44 days. 44 days where a seat is empty, work isn't getting done, and momentum is slowing. For a small business, that can directly affect revenue and morale. And here's what makes it worse. Recruiting isn't a dedicated function. It's something squeezed in between everything else. Applications pile up unreviewed. The hiring experience, the first impression a future employee has of your company, is chaotic and slow. A recruiting assistant takes that off your plate. They post job descriptions, review applications, screen qualifications, and coordinate scheduling. By the time an opportunity lands in front of you, it's been filtered. Your team shows up to final interviews and decisions, the part that actually requires their judgment. 44 days becomes significantly shorter. Now, let me address the question I hear most often when we talk about these 5 roles. Won't this replace people on my team? No, and that's actually the point. The goal isn't to swap out your team. It's to build the support layer underneath your team so that everyone, including you, can operate at their actual level. At ClearDesk, every team member goes through our talent assurance protocol: language testing, skills assessment, behavioral interviewing, background verification. We accept 0.5% of applicants. That number exists because we built the filtering process to produce a specific quality outcome, the right person for your operation. If any of these 5 roles sounds like something your business needs, book a call with us. Link is in the description. The roles that are slowing you down right now don't have to stay yours. Thanks for watching.